All right, y'all. In this content conversion mini series that just kind of evolved, we've talked about several elements. We've talked about 7 can't miss conversion factors for highly converting content. We've talked about how to increase retention and sales by doubling down on your introduction. I've talked about the importance of outlining, but this next element is something that I feel like so many people don't talk about. And we're going to get into it. Why this element of your content has to deliver, or you're just turning yourself into a liar, liar, pants on line fire. So I don't know that you're necessarily going to need to take notes for this one, but if you are a note taker, then go ahead and bust out that notes app or your pen and paper, because this is muy importante for your content. All right, let's go. Hey there, fellow entrepreneur. Welcome to Simple SEO and Marketing. Do you want to grow your business with sustainable traffic sources? Have you heard about the power of search engine optimization and you want to take advantage of it to get more traffic, more eyeballs on your business? But when it comes down to it, does SEO feel complicated and hard to implement? Are you tired of wondering what in the heck to do with your website to get more traffic and more leads knocking on your door? What if I could tell you that there was a simple, proven system for using SEO, blogging, and copywriting to get leads from your website, and not just any leads, high converting leads? Hey, I'm Faith Hannon, wife, mama, copywriter, SEO strategist, and barrel racer. And for the last 8 years, I've been figuring out what works and what doesn't work in the world of online marketing to get organic traffic. And now I'm here to share all the things I'm learning in the trenches of SEO, copywriting, and content marketing. How does 300%, 500%, or even 12,000% more traffic in a year sound? What could your business do with that kind of traffic increase? How many more people could you help? So listen in and prepare to take notes. I'm about to drop simple, actionable SEO marketing and copywriting tips, all with a heavy dose of Jesus-loving encouragement. Let's get you more traffic and more leads so you can help more people with your God-given gifts. All right, y'all, before we jump into the meat of this content, I want to take one last chance and make sure that you are registered for the Master Your Marketing Masterclass. It's not free. I'm charging dollars for this because I'm going to actually sit with you and work through your messaging. And I want to make sure that the people who are there are really serious and they're going to take action and they're going to see the change, because it doesn't matter how many eyeballs you get on your stuff, how many followers you have, how big your email list is. If your messaging is off, nobody is buying like they should be. So I understand that y'all have been busting your butts for your SEO, trying to create great blog content, all of the things, but let's take a look at your homepage copy. All right, let's take a look at your messaging. You're going to get my copywriter brain and my copywriter eyeballs on your homepage with some one-on-one time and attention inside of a 1-hour masterclass where we're actually going to do work. You're actually going to learn something. You're not just sitting and listening to a sales pitch the whole time, okay? So make sure that you got your spot inside of the Master Your Messaging Masterclass. It's only $47, y'all, okay? It's an easy yes. Spots are limited because I want to make sure that I can actually have eyeballs on everybody's homepage that signs up. So go to faithhannon.com/messaging and get your spot. Okay, we're going to get into the meat of this content. All right, guys. So like it or not, right? Content marketing is here to stay. And if you think that AI alone can save your butt, you wrong. AI is useful. I have figured out how to use AI like chef's kiss good most of the time. But AI cannot create great content for you from start to finish, okay? Like AI is a great assistant, but you cannot rely on it totally. And even if you have the best trained ChatGPT in the whole world, if you don't know what you're looking for in great content, then you're not going to be able to direct it well. So today I'm going to break down what everyone forgets to talk about when it comes to your long form marketing content, or really any content in general. And when you ignore this part of your content, you're, of course, not going to see the sales or truly change lives like you want to with your content. So, what am I talking about? I'm talking about the body of your content. And I know that sounds like so snooze, so boring, right? Now, let me break this down so that we're all on the same page. We have the same definitions. Most content / all content has a few elements regardless of the medium or the platform. It all has a title or some kind of a hook, an introduction, which if you listen to the episode on introductions, that's there too. And then you have the body of the content, and then you have the conclusion, okay? And then you're going to have some CTAs sprinkled in there. But when it comes to your creating great marketing content, if you were to think of it through the lens of your high school and college English classes, the body of your content would be like the middle section of your essay, okay? And really as marketers, you know, even if you are doing your marketing yourself in your business, your content is persuasive content. You are trying to persuade someone to share your point of view that your product or service is the best there is, or at least the best fit for them, okay? And yes, some of your content is going to fall more under the informational type content, but for the most part, the goal of your content marketing is to persuade for sales, right? And the body of your content is where you have to prove your point, okay? It's where you have to acknowledge somebody's objections and then essentially tear them down. The body of the content is where you provide the actual help that you teased with in the introduction or the hook. The body of the content is where you strategically use all of your keywords and your LSI keywords. It's where you show your expertise. The body of the content is where you tell your stories, okay? And for most people, I feel like creating the body of the content is the easiest to create because you're probably an expert / you should be an expert on, you know, whatever kind of content you're creating, okay? So for a lot of people, creating the body of their content is the easiest. But because so much emphasis is always placed on the hook or the introduction or the SEO or, you know, the email or all those other things, I feel like sometimes people forget the importance of the body of the content and then might neglect it on accident. So, quick checklist for your content body, okay? Number one, and this is the most important. Number one is, did you actually solve the problem? Nobody actually wants to click to something and then read it and then not actually have their problem answered, right? Did you solve the problem that you said you were going to solve? Number two, is it easy to read? Y'all, gone are the days where we have to write like an English professor. I love my English professors, my favorites. They were very much my favorites, but we don't have to write like them anymore. Not in blogging, okay? Number three, does it prove your thesis from an outsider's perspective? Now, you don't need to overdo it here, right? Like very few pieces of content need to stand up to a review like your dissertation would, okay? But does your body of content actually prove what you're trying to prove, right? Number four, does it flow and make sense logically? If there's an order to steps, are the things in order? If, you know, are the points laid out in such a way that they actually make sense, or are you saying the same thing 10 different times, okay? Number five, if somebody completely skipped the intro and conclusion, would they still understand your main point and could they tell it back to you? Now, nobody's actually going to do that, but if you look at the body of your content through that lens, it will help you create better content, okay? And number six, if somebody disagrees with you, could the body of your content at least show them your viewpoint and why, okay? And number seven, if it's not a here's my product or service as a solution, does the body of your content at least fit within your content marketing strategy? Meaning that, does it still serve your ideal client avatar in a way that relates to what you do? Because, you know, yes, we need to share about other aspects of our businesses and our brand and our lives other than just like, here's my thing, buy it, right? We don't have to just do that. But it still needs to be like in line with your overall marketing strategy. So y'all, make sure you spend some time on the body of your content. I know the thesis and the intro and the outline are all very important as well, but make sure that the body of your content passes this checklist, because that's where you're actually going to see the conversion, because you're solving the problem that people want solved when they search and click over to your content. So make sure that if you are not signed up for the Master Your Messaging Masterclass, that you get your booty on over there, pay the $47 and get in there. It's going to be a good time. I'm going to actually get eyeballs on everybody's websites. And y'all, I cannot even begin to tell you how much of a difference mastering your messaging can make in your overall sales. Because if you are confused, or your ideal client is confused about what you do and how you help them, then they're not buying. And honest to goodness, sometimes it's just a few simple tweaks. And as a copywriter, as a conversion strategist, this is something that I help people with and see changes that need to be made like instantly and automatically. Like, it's just how my brain works. And so to be able to sit with you in a Zoom room, 20 of you in a Zoom room for 1 hour and go through your home pages is going to be absolutely transformational to your websites and your messaging and your sales overall. So faithhannon.com/messaging and get your tush in there, because I want to help you with your messaging. All right, y'all. Talk to you next week. Bye. Thank you so much for listening in today. Hopefully this episode gave you some really tangible tips for better SEO and marketing to get more leads and more sales from your website. If it did, can I ask you a quick favor? Would you please share this episode with a friend, and then just take 10 seconds and go leave a written review on Apple Podcasts. That is the very best way to help more Jesus-loving entrepreneurs scale their businesses so that they can help more people with their gifts and make an even bigger impact for the kingdom of God. And guess what? We now have a Facebook community where we can learn, hang out, and laugh. Go join the Facebook group now. It's linked in the show notes. And all the other things, courses, coaching, and copywriting, can be found at my website, faithhannon.com. Until next time, God bless, and I'll talk to you soon.